All right, welcome back, my FX buddies with a short, well, not short, I don't know how to do YouTube shorts. This, though, is I just couldn't wait. We may be on the cusp of some breaking news, um, but this one article I really wanted to get out. So it's Thursday, May 29th, but so I may not be able to record later. I have something I have to do. So I really wanted to, there's more information, but I really wanted to do this part because this is good. I mean, my kind of good, right? Not, well, whatever. Okay, so here you see that title there. From Cash to Fingerprint, How Iraq's Spend It campaign is winning. All right, transformation is a fingerprint. And look, they don't even know how to spell Asraflak. This is the way you spell it, the right way. Okay, but before I get into that, you probably can hear background noise. Um, what there is, mm, that's not, what was I gonna say? Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna do the regular spill that I do. There was something I wanted to say. Doggone it. Okay, I remember. So there are there have been the H people, right? They have sent some kablooies over to Ice Cream Land. Yeah, that's today. That did happen. No, not that we're on the cusp of that. So, the but there's other stuff, more positive stuff going on with Ice Cream Land and Aza, right? And they've been showing ever since yesterday on the TV, they've been showing people walking with their belongings, which aren't much, let me tell you. And I was like, who are these people? They keep showing this. It almost looked like if you've ever watched that famous movie, The Ten Commandments. Well, it's famous to me anyway. The one with the oh boy, I'm not gonna remember his name, but Moses, right? Okay, and the Ramsey guy, Yul Brenner, right? Is that his name? Look, I can remember his name, but I don't remember Moses's character, that guy. But anyway, when the when the Hebrews were let, you know, they said, "Here, go." Even though a lot of people say that that isn't really what it probably looked like. Um, that image, that's what it is. I mean, they're dragging stuff like on carts, which I guess if they had donkeys or horses. Anyway, that's not what I got on here to tell you. Um, but so, and I was thinking, I said, that to me looks like the Pizza Land inhabitants walking back to, where they had to leave from. But there's nothing there. I can't imagine them going back. But whatever they are, they're going back. And maybe they'll get to stay this time. Okay, so let's get to this. So if you remember, you probably don't, but why would you, right? I wouldn't, if I wasn't watching this so closely, I wouldn't remember. 2 months ago, they said they were going to hit the people really hard with um, the brainwashing, right? That's what I call it, brainwashing. But anyway, with education, they have the wording in here. We'll get to the wording. But yeah, May 27th was the last day. So it's been 2 months already. So Asraflak, which is The proper spelling is right here. Asraflak reshapes the relationship between citizens and money. And another reason why I want to focus on this is coming here. It's coming everywhere. That's what they want. Cashless society, right? And look how happy he is. See how he's holding whatever that says. I don't know. Probably spend it anyway. I'll translate those words later and put it in post-production and put it under the image. But look how they have the credit card. It's a Visa card, and it kind of looks like an envelope, like you open up an envelope and then it has the cash dinar, like you're slipping in the cash dinar in the envelope. Then they're going to close the envelope on the cash and use the credit card. Look, I don't even speak Arabic, and I bet you that's something about what that says just by the image there. So, Iraq has achieved a qualitative leap in the electronic banking sector, ranking third in the Arab world in the number of bank cards issued. So, there's already two Arab countries more advanced. I think that's what that means, right? In the Arab world, and the number of bank cards issued, with a rate exceeding 46.5 cards per 100 people. So they're almost a 50-50. This rate puts Iraq ahead of Jordan and Morocco, and close to the Gulf states, which have long led the field. This progress was based on a dual strategy, strategy that combined institutional support from the CBI with popular support through awareness campaigns, brainwashing. That's my phone. That met with a remarkable response, most notably the Spend It campaign, which also they have hashtag Spend It, which sparked a wave of cultural change in the way people handle money. In a short period of time, the campaign was able to break through the walls of cash habits, replacing them with easy and safe. No such thing as easy and safe, right? Digital options, hashtags like hashtag spend yours and hashtag make your use easier, flooded social media platforms, transforming from mere advertising slogans into real life experiences shared by people. One guy, Haider Al-Zaidi, tweeted on the X platform, and that's what I say too, tweeted on the X platform, saying, "This is the first time I have paid with a fingerprint." He paid with a fingerprint and without cash at Abu Amar's store. Thank you to the hashtag SpendYou campaign, which taught me this feature and facilitated the procedures. This is a common testimony among new users of electronic payment. Yeah. The campaign invested more in field presence than in billboards, entering popular markets and signing partnerships with restaurants, gas stations, and even food stalls. So I think that means like there's still people who have little stands and they cook on the street. I think that's what the food stalls mean. Giving it a popular feel uncommon among official digital transformation campaigns. So they hit them with nice, probably pretty young ladies, um, handsome guys, right? With their hair, same thing they do to us, right? They put on nice clothes, their hair is combed and beards and stuff, or whatever you do to a beard. And the lady's hair is pretty and her teeth are white and they smell good, right? I bet you same thing they do over here, they did to them. But anyway, so there's some more numbers, what the increase was, and how do they know that, right? Unless they're tracing and tracking, which they are. The campaign, oh wait, let's see. The campaign focused on the concept of simplicity of use and security of the experience, removing the psychological and cultural barriers associated with fear of financial technology. I'm not scared of it. I just don't trust it. We know better, right? You become a slave. If we go digital, anyway, sorry, no, that's not what we're here for. Especially in a country where a large portion of the economy still operates in cash and on the margins of banking. The campaign was integrated into a comprehensive national vision for the transition to a cashless economy. However, it did not follow the traditional path of digitization, opting instead for gradualism and partnership, using a language relatable to the people and tangible services on the ground. Most Iraqi cities have witnessed a growing demand for card and mobile payments. This trend is evident in transportation stations, small shops, and even kiosks, which now display signs wording, "We support you, spend it." A direct reflection of the shifting business and societal mentality. But so they worked them. They're working on them. Asraflak gained double power because it wasn't just a top-down decision, but rather the product of a need from below, which I think we would call that grassroots, right? Maybe. Field monitoring showed field monitoring. Wow, that when I've read this probably 8 times now, right? But that just clicked a different way. Field monitoring showed that people were ready to embrace this change, but were waiting for trust. And now they have found it. Oh, my friends, my friends. Okay, now look at this. This is interesting also. What a time to put an article like this out. Huge untapped wealth. Iraq's top 5 mines. So they have the names. If you want to read this, some people like stuff like this. They have the name of the mines and what's in them. And they did 5. There's probably more, right? But they did the top 5. So let's see. Here we go. Here we go. Look at this. Now, this is major. It's in the other world. Well, Arab world. Mm, mm, what's the other word? I hate having to be so careful. Jewish publications. Uh, German news. Okay. And I don't watch our news, but I'm asking people, hey, are you seeing where they're saying there's been a ceasefire? And they're like, no. So I guess, well, it's not definite, but um, here is Ham with 2 letters after it. They spoke to the news, the leadership of them. They received Witkoff, Stephen Witkoff. I forget his position, but at least I'm saying his name right now. The new proposal from mediators, and they're studying it responsibly, whatever that means, in a way that serves the interests of our people, provides relief, and achieves a permanent ceasefire in the Strip. 4 letters, Aza, right? Now look at the name of this. Why would they name that enemy media? I'm hoping that's a mistranslation, but so these were in Telegram. I don't, and you've heard me talk about how I fight with Telegram all the time. So Bibi announces his approval of Witkoff's proposal. And then in parentheses it says stopping the aggressive conflict, 3-letter word for that, on ASA. So Bibi announced acceptance of it, but the oops. So I have these articles here if you'd like to read them. Okay. So it has some details. 60-day ceasefire, right? There's some details there. So here's another one. Ham announces receipt of the new proposal. They're studying it. Okay, so that's the end. So we're almost done. I just want to show you if it will come up. Wrong one, but that is part of this. Let's see. Urgent. Our president to announce details of Gaza truce within hours. So that's where he is, right? But Gaza is saying, or Ham is saying, we're just reviewing it. But I do think it's further along than what the news is saying. Like I said, because the people are walking back. It's this one here. The people are walking back. And why would they do that? Someone must have told them, hey, it's safe for you to go back, right? So here, Baghdad calls for an end to the aggressive maneuvers, aggressive conflict in Gaza, and supports the Washington-Tehran negotiations. So even though those are two separate things, Baghdad is saying, yeah, peace. We want peace. So, yeah. Oh, and the other thing, the market rate closed. It closed 1397.5. So even though it did go up higher, it closed. Some of the markets did close in 1418, 1420, but there were some that it closed at 1397. So it's Thursday, actually, maybe Friday there. Not yet. But so they're on their holiday. And yeah, so that's it for now. I hope you're having a good Thursday. And this again is, I believe, more good news. Oh, why? Because remember, Sadani wanted July 1st. July 1st, he said, I want the whole country to be modern, to have the point of sale machines and everything everywhere. And then, you know what? Let me see. There's also I can't remember if I shared if I could bring it up. Let's see. Yeah, I think this will be it. Also, there's a new connection. Well, it will be. Let's see. Where's the little lady? Here. But I'll mention this here again. This right here, Zayn and Oman Tel. Now, I'm sure that has something to do with Oman, right? But anyway, so this is an alternative. This isn't going to be under the sea. Under the sea. This is going to be terrestrial, fiber, and low latency. If you know what that means no 5G. The low latency is the satellites, like what Starlink does. At least that's how I understand it. I don't know. Some of you guys are really smart out there. But so instead of getting hit with 5G radiation, you get hit with low latency radiation, right? But I think that one might be safer for humans than the 5G. But anyway, so the big deal, that's my phone. The big deal about that is they're going to connect. Iraq is going to connect the Middle East and Europe. So that should help them have the 24-hour connection that they need to make the pay with the fingerprint technology work. Oh, that just gives me. Anyway, I'll get over it. I'll be okay. I know I sound like I'm going through it, but I just, I see the future of this and it's not good. But anyway, all right. So I said this would be 15 minutes and look, I went 20. So I'm not going to keep you. I wanted this to be short. You know, buy me a coffee if you'd like. What is it? Buymeacoffee.com/tishwash, I think is what it is. Or what most people seem to like, I can't get back to where I'm trying to go, is Cash App, $Tishwash. Click like and all that stuff. Here we go. Thanks for listening, and I hope you're liking all the stuff. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. And there's how many more days till June? Not that many. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. And until next time.